This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and today we're going to open up the Samsung Series 7 Ultra. This is an Ultrabook 13.3 inch. I don't have to explain that to you because we have a video review of it, but the special thing is it has upgradable parts inside, but some of you have been having trouble getting this bottom plate off. We're going to show you how to do it now. Honestly, most of taking the bottom plate off of here is pretty easy, and again, you'll want to do this if you want to upgrade the RAM or your mSATA SSD drive. This is our US model of the Samsung Series 7 Ultra. It has 2 RAM slots, so you can go up to 16 gigs of RAM if you want. We're going to take a look at that. It comes with one 4 gig RAM DIMM installed, so you have an open slot. Put in a second matching one. You can get dual channel memory. So the straightforward part is just little Phillips head screws. Here's a small Phillips head screwdriver. This is what you're going to need to open it up. 10 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nothing tricky, nothing hidden under the rubber feet, no pulling off speaker grills like with the Sony Vaio Duo 11. Just undo those 10 screws. But the tricky part is along the back here, fused to this aluminum panel or glued on, is a plastic strip with some retaining clips. That's really to help it stay in place really nicely and securely, but it can be a pain to remove it. We're going to show you how to do that. And what you're going to need to do that is some of those plastic cards, you know, like these kind of things you get in the mail. Here's one that we got from Staples, discount. If you don't want that discount, you can still use this part, even if you do want the discount. We're going to use this to edge along the back to get off the cover. So first we're going to unscrew our 10 screws. Simple as that. Make sure you have a nice fine point Phillips head screw number 1 here so that you don't chew up your screws. These are pretty sturdy screws, and they're all the same. These little guys right here, they're all matching, so you don't have to remember which one goes in which hole when you put them back. They're all matching. If you see a little bit of blue stuff there on the screw, it's not anti-tamper proof. It's not going to tell Samsung, ooh, you've been inside. It's there actually to stop the screws from coming loose on their own. That's what that blue stuff is that you see on screws on computers. So I'm going to unscrew all the rest of these. There's nothing tricky here. You don't need to watch me unscrew 10 screws. And then we'll get to the part where we remove the back panel. So now we've removed our 10 little Phillips head screws. And see this end right here? Comes up very easily. This is aluminum. You can bend it, so don't force it. And we're going to move around to over here. Now, right along the hinge area, and behind the hinge over here is where the plastic plate is that has the little grippy tabs. And we're going to slide along here to release them. We're just going to use this plastic card right here. So right along here we're lifting up lightly, not forcing it, and we're sliding this card in here to get it to release. And this will probably chew up the card. This is some pretty tenacious aluminum, so don't use a card you care about. Do not use your favorite Visa card. And here we go under here, and you can see those tabs are coming loose. Just rotate a little bit like that. Take your time. Don't stress out. You'll get it off. You won't break anything. And now we're going to work our way in here. You can just barely see that edge is starting to come up. More tabs, more plastic in there. Keeping a hand underneath so it doesn't all shut back down on me again. And just sliding and pressing. And you'll feel it when you hit a tab. You can use a little extra pressure there. And now I'm bumping into another tab. I can feel it. And when I release it, you can hear the clicky-clack sound it makes. Almost there, folks. And now we lift up an angle a little bit, and this last one's just going to pop right off for us. Give it a little help with our card. Aha, finally. So what's doing that? What's making this a little bit hard? Here's your plastic here. That's why. So you're just releasing all these little tabs that are in here. And keep it real tight on the back. So the hard part's done with. You're going to be a pro now if you ever have to open it up again. So now let's turn it around. Now first things first. See this little hole right here? This is the battery disconnect button. Since this battery is permanently installed, it's not one of those slide out, easy to remove ones. Good idea to actually poke that little hole with a bent open paper clip or something like that, and that will disconnect the battery temporarily when you plug it back into power. You will have to plug it back into power to get to boot up after that, but you've isolated everything so you don't have to worry about exactly static shocking something to death. While we're inside here, this is your mSATA SSD drive. That's a standard shape and size mSATA drive. And right here is the connector where it slides in place. So if you want to replace it, you're going to have to release this ribbon cable first. And that's not too hard to do. You just grab this with your fingernail and slide the white connector forward. And then you can gently pull the ribbon cable out. Or you can just wiggle sideways if you want, if you're afraid of actually taking the cable out. But this is simple enough to do. Screws right there that hold it in. So you can upgrade that guy, no problem. This is your wireless card, your Intel 6235N with Bluetooth also. You probably won't need to mess with that. Here's the antenna wire. You can see that goes up into the hinge barrel because the antenna actually runs around the frame of the display. Notice how these wires like to pop out of their little guides. Make sure when you put it back together you get them in there so that you don't end up pinching the wires with the cover, which could mess up your wireless reception. And this here, probably what most people are going to want to do first, this is your memory under here. This is a little cover. And there are two Phillips head screws right here that hold the cover on. Straightforward stuff. Try not to drop the screws somewhere down in the depths of your motherboard area over here, just so you don't lose track of them though. Lift this up, hinged right in there. Mounts into the copper heatsink area. Little clips, simple enough. Little sticker here tells you this is your RAM. This is how you stick your RAM in. It's no different than any other RAM. This is just a sticker. Don't be afraid of it. Pull it back, and here's one RAM slot. Your standard RAM slot. You just pull the ears out and flip the DIMM up. You want to pull your memory out, and same thing on the other side. Now I have already upgraded this guy. So we have RAM in both slots. When you first get it, it's just going to have one Samsung 4 gig DIMM in here. So that's it. That's how you take it apart. That's how you open it up. That's how you access the stuff inside. Again, just a little tricky because of the plastic along in the back in here, but it goes on again pretty easily too. So you just start right at the back there and press it into its clips, and you'll hear them snapping in, like so. A lot like a smartphone cover, that is. No clips here in the front, so you don't have to worry about anything clipping there. It's just the screws that hold it in place. So there are no seams, no gaps, no damage, no nothing. Just put your 10 screws back in. You're ready to go. And remember to plug your power adapter in first before booting it up if you have bypassed the battery using that little bypass hole. So that's it. That's how to open up and upgrade the Samsung Series 7 Ultra. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Be sure to watch our full video review of this product, check out our Smackdowns with this versus other Ultrabooks, and read our written review on Mobile Tech Review.